Hello everyone, today we will be doing some Solidworks modeling, and during the modeling process I will share with you some tips and tricks that hopefully will help you to work faster, in a more convenient way, in a more efficient way.
Let's start some Solidworks part. You can choose any units that you wish. For example, I use centimeter gram second here. You can choose any other units. We start a sketch on the front plane and we will quickly build one bar of this DNA structure. Let's draw a circle here. Press the right mouse button and drag upward mouse. Choose smart dimension. Here we use mouse gestures, so I strongly recommend it to use it sometimes. And we make it 2, diameter of 2. Okay, it's ready. And we immediately make extrude boss base of this one. And we can choose any other distance, but let's make 12, for example. Let's make 12. And I also wanted to look a little bit more interesting, not just like this one. Let's add some draft angle. Just press this one and let's make draft angle of just 3 degrees. But if you can see that it just doesn't look right, maybe we can make a draft outward. Okay, so it looks perfect. And what we see here that it is a half of this bar. We want this another part, another half on the right side. Let's mirror it. We pre-selected this face. It means it will be our mirror face plane, because Solidworks is a very smart program. If you pre-select something and you add and then you press on some tool, it already understands what you want and it added this here. So, and we actually mirror bodies. So we make this one and it's ready. Once again, we built our DNA bar here. It's only one, but we want several of them. It will go up, and they will, a little bit rotating. And after that, we will adjust spiral, just based on our situations. And it's our initial element. And later on, if we want something to change, if we want to make it longer or shorter, we can use, for example, scale tool. Probably you don't have it here in features. In order to find scale tool or any other tools in SolidWorks, there are plenty of them, you will find it here. But at first, press this arrow and make sure that you have commands option activated. So this button is pressed, so you will be looking among commands. So just press here scale. And later on, what you can do with scale tool, you can just open it here and it will be opened, or you can drag and drop it here. You can see I have double scale tool. So if you do not like tool that you added to this bar, so press right click here, once again right click here, customize, and throw it away here. You can just close it, and this is it. So you can customize, you can add here any tools that you wish. Scale tool is amazing because, for example, we can use it in the most obvious way. We can make everything 2 times larger, just make uniform scaling coefficient 2, and it will scale, just make everything 2 times bigger, like this. But usually when you apply it, you can do it in a better way. For example, take this check mark away, uniform scaling, and you can see that it allows you to scale along any axis in any manner. For example, when I look at my part, it's here, and I look here on the left corner, y-axis is up, z-axis is to the left, and x-axis is towards me. And for example, I want to make it 2 times longer, and this is it, 2 times longer, nothing else. And it means that I need to stretch it 2 times along z-axis and do not touch any other axes. Okay, it will be done. Z, I multiply by 2, and here will be 1, and here will be also 1. Okay, it's ready. I apply these tools, and you can see it becomes 2 times longer. Now it's a longer bar, and scale tool allows you to make amazing things pretty quickly. So now we don't need it, but we can use it later on if something is wrong with our design. So let's build several DNA bars, one after another. So we will use move copy body tool. Once again, find it here and drag and drop it here, or you can just, you can in any case you can always just find it here. It's move copy bodies here. Move copy bodies, open it, and bodies to copy or move, we need to choose this one, and we will move it up. And how this tool works, it can whether translate or rotate. You cannot in the same time rotate and translate with this tool. Just remember it. If you want your body to be translated and rotated, you should apply this tool 2 times. One time for translation, the other one for rotation. For example, what I did now, I translated it along y-axis, and look what will happen if I will try rotate it. It snapped to this initial position. Once again, I want to translate it. Okay, everything goes smoothly. Let's try to rotate it. Just press here. In order to rotate it, if you never use this tool, in order to rotate it, I press left mouse button and I start going along this circle, yeah? And in order to translate it, I just press here and drag it up. So whether translation or rotations, it should be like separate applications. So I want actually several copies of it. So make checkmark copy here, press 3 for example, 3, and I want them to be in the distance 6 one from another. Once again, it's arbitrary. Later on I can change it. And what I want now, I will separately rotate this one by 45 degrees, this one by 90, and this one by 135. Let's try to do it. So move copy bodies. I want not this one, clear selections. I want this one to be rotated by just 45 degrees in this direction. And as you can see now, I start rotating it manually, and I look at the left column and I see that only this angle is changing. It means that it is my angle that defines the rotation. So here, and look at the second what will happen if I apply this tool. Look at the second what will happen. Okay, we didn't definitely want it. We didn't want this bar to be left here. Why did it happen? Because there is a check mark copy here. There is a check mark and we should take it away. We do not need it. Now, okay, we applied. Solidworks just remembered from our previous application. When we used this tool previously, there was a check mark copy, okay? And when we used it again, it automatically put the same check mark here. And Solidworks remembers the settings of the tools. Once you apply some tool, for example, fillet with some sort of radius, and after that, when you apply fillet for anything new, it just automatically gives you the same numbers because it remembers the settings. Okay, so move copy body. Again, it will be 90 degrees. We see that this angle is changing. We want it to be precisely 90. And again, you see the check mark copy is still here because we actually applied move copy body previous time with this check mark was turned on. Later on we just adjusted it. We edited it, but now we take it away, we apply it in a proper way. Okay, and now when we apply it to this one, move copy body, you can see that this copy is taken away. Okay, let's make it 135. 135. Okay, great. Just a second. Okay, and now we want to move everything upward. So we just want the structure that repeats itself. Again, we use move copy body, and here we want to add all of these solid bodies. This, and now we did it manually, but there is also another way to do it, because sometimes you have maybe 20 solid bodies and sometimes it's even difficult to get them, with a cursor. How to add them quickly? So here are 2 ways. You can open this manager tree, folder solid bodies, and here will be all the solid bodies that you have. Press on one of them, press on shift and choose the last one. You can see that all of them are chosen now, and as I told you, Solidworks is like a smart program. It understands what you want, and when all of them are pre-selected, you can press move copy body and it will automatically add all this solid body here and they are ready to be moved. Other way to pre-select the solid bodies is press C, and there will be again feature manager tree, but on your screen on the left side, and again solid bodies here, press 1 and hold shift, press the last one. All of them are pre-selected. You can see all of them are pre-selected here, and you want to move them. Once again, move copy bodies. They are all already in this table. Now I want to move them up. And what will be the distance? So let's just check. From here to here it was 6, from here to here it was 6 again, so it was 24, and we need 6 no, it was 18. 6, 6, 6, 18 plus 6, it will be 24. So this distance along y that is changing here should be 24 exactly. So let's make it, and you can see again we forgot to press check mark because the initial solid bodies disappeared. Why? Because this one copy was not activated, and now we need it. Okay. And let's repeat it once again, the last time. As you can see now it's already 8 solid bodies, and we do not want to, to take each of them manually, and sometimes if it's many of them they are not added very well. Once again, before we use move copy body tool, we make sure that we pre-select all of them, just like this, pre-selected, and move copy body, and again we drag them up, we drag them here. We see that this distance is changing along y, and what should be the distance of movement? Let's remember that each of these distances is 6. We can tell that each of this distance of 6 correspond to each of these bars except this one, because there is no distance 6 beneath it, yeah? So only this. It's total 7 bars, distance 6 below each one. 7 times 6 it's 42, and we want to be plus 6 here, so it should be like 48. It should be 48, 49, not 48. Perfect. Now it will work. So basically, and again we forgot to put a check mark. It's not a problem. SolidWorks allows you to adjust everything on your way while you are doing something. So here we have some initial bars of our DNA structure, and again it's only preliminary structure. We may adjust it, we may scale it, we may change the distances between them, and so on and so on. So it's just our starting point. Let's make finally DNA spiral here. We started from some basic plane, it was top plane, and let's start sketch here again. And I don't want it to be in front of my view. Press the middle mouse button, press space, okay, to get this view from another side. So let's make a circle here, and it will be obviously radius 12, because if you remember we started that we make extrude boss base and there was a distance of 12 here, 12 here, so the circle has a radius of 12, and we immediately after the circle is ready we go to features and curves and helix spiral, and it will build us a spiral based on this circle. And our goal, of course, is at first that spiral will go along all of these faces. It will go along all of these faces. There will be actually 2 spirals. If you look at the DNA, there are actually 2 spirals from both sides. So now we just make first of this. At first we want the spiral to start on this face or on this face, and it defines by start angle. Now start angle is 90 degrees. Let's make it 0. As you can see, when we made it 0, it starts already here. And we want also the spiral, as I told, to move along this face, to move along this face, so it will kind of touch them. Not necessarily touch, but will go close to these faces. And it defined by the pitch. You can press arrows here and you will see that the spiral just goes up and down. The pitch is actually the distance, the height when the spiral makes like the full rotation. So the spiral, if I look from the upper side, the spiral makes the full rotation, and the distance here, the height when it happens, the full rotation, is actually the pitch. Let's just manually adjust it. Let's make it here, maybe 16.9, 15.9. It looks good. When we made 15.9, as you can see, the spiral just goes as we want. But the only thing that there is enough of revolutions of spiral, and it can be controlled here. Just make more revolutions, just press this arrow. More? Okay, it's enough. So now, as you can see, spiral goes along these bars, and that's what we wanted from it. Let's apply it. So of course we will not leave the spiral in this way, we will make a stripe, like a stripe. And how to make it? We will make it with the swept function. The only thing that we will use here swept surface, but there is no big difference. There is no really much difference between usual swept and swept surface. So let's do it here. We start a sketch here, and we want to build a segment that we will sweep along this spiral. Just segment. Again, we want to give it some dimension. Not this kind of dimension. Just press Ctrl Z again. Let's make dimension, just regular dimension of 2. Okay, and we also want it to be perpendicular to our spiral. Perpendicular means that we press this one, hold Ctrl and press on spiral, and we make it perpendicular. As you can see now, it's okay. Sometimes, in many cases, not in many, but in some cases you cannot get, for example, some element, you cannot get some spiral, you cannot get some axis, and in order for them to click on them, if you can't click on them on a picture, you press C and you open construction tree here, and here will be available all the elements that you need. For example, if I want my spiral, I will click it here, it's selected, and later on I can hold Ctrl and I can click on my segment, and again I can make, relations, just adjust some relations between them. So it's also another way to check, to choose anything that you have here. So let's make sweep surface. Okay, let's do not make anything pre-selected. We here as a profile will be the segment, and here will be our spiral. Okay, it looks good. So it fits for us at least. So let's apply it here. And what I want to do is I want to thicken it, because I don't want to be it's like infinitely thin tape. I want to thicken the spiral, and I will thicken it. It's already pre-selected. You can clear selections, you can edit by yourself, and it shows me preview. It shows me the direction. I can choose it to thicken like from the middle point, to thicken to the other side, but I wanted to thicken inside, and not 1 centimeter is just too much, maybe 0.2, something like this. And again, what we do now is just initial thing. We can adjust everything later on. So as you can see, it's good, but once again, important thing, merge result. What does it mean? It means that when I thicken, I get some solid body. Now the spiral, it was a surface body, it was infinitely thin, and actually let's take it away. You can see it here, surface bodies, there is surface sweep, it's infinitely thin. It's different type of body in Solidworks. There are only 2 types of bodies, like it's a solid body here and surface body here. Okay, it's like there are no other types of bodies. There is no combination of body. There is and solid and surface body. That's why, for example, in SolidWorks sometimes you have these errors, zero thickness geometry, because once you work with solid body, there should be always some sort of thickness. It can't be infinitely thin at some points. It's only true for surface body. So whether it's surface body, then it's infinitely thin everywhere, or whether it's like solid body, then it has like thickness in every part. So you can't have a combination of this. And now it's surface body, but once I thickened it, it becomes already a solid body. Let's press this one again to see a preview, and it offers us to merge the result, to merge this solid body with others, some of them, because there are many of them. I just don't want it, so just take it away. It means that what we get now we will get as a separate solid body. So let's make it. So now this thickened spiral is a separate solid body, and only because of that we can use move copy body tool, and we can move it separately from the other bodies. We can move it separately. Just rotate it here, and I want it to rotate in the way that this one connects with this one. Okay, it will be an opposite one, and once I rotating, I pay attention that this angle is changing, so I make it, let's just make it 180, because I want it to be opposite. Okay, looks good. So, and again we apply it, and again we forgot the check mark. You see the spiral moved, and we have the initial spiral just rotated, but we want to have it actually as a copy, right? Okay, so it's our initial DNA structure, and already doesn't look right for me. for the reason that it's like very condensed. It's just, you know, these bars, they're a little bit closer to each other and the spiral is a little bit condensed. So I think that we need to stretch it a little bit. We need to stretch it, and obviously to stretch it up and down, to stretch along y-axis. Once again, when I want to understand where to move anything or where to stretch anything, where to scale, I should look like right here on the left corner of my screen, because it shows me the position of x-axis, of y-axis, of z-axis with respect to my model. And when you press the middle mouse button and you rotate your model, this one rotates together with you, and at any time moment, at any, you know, instance, you can see this axis, standard axis with respect to your model, and it allows you like to quickly understand what parameters of rotation do you need here. For example, I want to scale here, and I need to scale along y-axis if I want to stretch it like this. Scale parameters, I want to scale only 2 spirals, because if you understand, if I scale these bars, it's not what I need, because in this case this bar will be just 1.5 times like wider, and that's not what I need. For example, let's just make it as a preview. Let's just make it as a preview. I chose just one of these bars, and let's make it 1.5 times wider. Okay. Everything is okay with spirals, but this one, oh, it looks awkward. That's not what I need, okay? So it's definitely not what I need. I want to leave these bars. I want to readjust it along the spiral, but I don't want to scale them for sure. So what I do here, I edit feature, and this one I delete it. I only leave here 2 of my spirals, and only 2 of my spirals here. Okay, perfect. And what happened now, that this type of spirals, they already look a little bit more like DNA. It looks like a little bit better. It's not so condensed. They are not so close to each other. But what I need to do now, that I need to readjust these bars. Okay, so I need to readjust them. So let's do it. It's very simple to do. Move copy bodies. Move copy bodies, and I want all of these bars to be moved down, so they start from here, all of them. How to do it? Move copy bodies. When its table is blue, it's activated. I want to check all of this, because all of them. How to understand which body is which one? It's very simple. Once I hover the cursor over this body, as you can see, it's shining here, like here. As you can see, there is a light. There is another one, there is another one, another one, and so I press 1, I hold shift, and I press the other one. And you can see all of them are selected one by one to this table. Once they are selected, I can drag them for y-axis, drag them down, and it already looks very good, it already looks nice, but I want this number to be not some sort of with crazy decimal stuff. So I want it to be just 24. So everything will be simple, and everything will look nice. Okay, let's make it 24. We moved it, and as you can see, so it starts when it needed to start, but I need to also readjust the distance between these bars, because it was 6, and we figured out that it's not definitely enough for us. Let's make it more than 6. It's very simple. We go to this history, and just let's close this folder. You can open and close it by pressing here, and we started from this one, mirror. It was this bar. Later on, what we did 3 copies of this. Okay, here they are, and let's readjust it. Edit feature, and there was a distance of 6 here. Let's make the distance now. What will be the distance here? We make our spiral 1.5 times longer. It means that all these distances between bars should be also 1.5 times longer. It was 6, now it will be 9. Okay, let's make it 9. Press. Okay, there are some improvements. Something is messed up, but you know, we will move along. Okay, edit. Okay, it's 3 copies. This one we adjust. Later on, this one. It will show us that Okay, it was rotation, 45-degree rotation, and here we don't want to do anything. Here it was just once again, when I press on this one, I should understand where it's located. Just a second. It was 3 copies. It was three copies of the initial one. It was rotation of first copy. It was rotation of the second copy. It was rotation of the third copy, and it was already translation of for these 4 bars. That's what we need to add here. Translation of these 4 bars, and it was the distance of 24. Okay, it was 6 times 4 means 24. Now it will be the distance 9 times 4 means 36. 9 times 4 means 36 for us. Let's make it. We readjust it. And the last one, it was again a translation of 8 bars. It was translation of 8 bars, and if you remember, the distance was here 48, and the unit distance between bars was 4, and 48 is 4 times 12. Yeah. I'm sorry. The distance between bars was 6, and it's 6 times 8. It's 48. Now the distance is 9, so it means that 9 times 8 is 72. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, you see, we readjusted everything, and everything works very fine. So spirals just became like the bars became in positions where they need to be. It looks pretty good, pretty much as we wanted it to be. Okay, so let's do some minor adjustments here if we need. Let's at first take away this one. We just want to take it from our view. We don't want this helix to be always seen. I want to press on it, and there should be maybe some eye, but it's not. Once again, I find it here and I press the eye. Now it's not visible. Okay, our DNA is almost ready, but you know what I want to do before we continue? I want to do minor adjustment. When I look closer to this DNA, what I see that there is, some elements here, and it's kind of going off. It's going a little bit off, and I want here it to be like completely smooth. Now I will show you how to delete this material, but it's very important for you to understand what is this technique about. At first, in SolidWorks, it's a very common thing that you want to delete some material, and for that purpose you bring up some surface, you build a surface. Later on you use function cut with surface, you cut the unnecessary part, and after that you hide this surface from your view because it was an auxiliary one. You will not use it anymore. Let me just show it for you because it's like super important one, and once you do modeling you have to know what I'm talking about. So let's start this one. Let's just build anything that is very simple. Let's build a rectangle. Let's make some sort of extrude boss base. Let's extrude it. Okay, so and we will cut this parallelepiped with some sort of surface. Okay, for example, let's make some plane. Let's make a top plane. Let's press Ctrl and drag it here. We'll build a new plane. Okay, here we start a sketch on a new plane. Now I'm drawing a surface for you as an example. Okay, and we will purposefully make some mistakes that are very important for you. Once again, surface, just let's spline. Let's make spline. Okay, here. Okay, let's good to go. Press escape. Okay, spline is here, and what we do here, we build a surface, extruded surface, and we extrude this spline to this direction. Okay, as you can see, it's here. Okay, and what is the common technique here? The common technique that we want to get rid of some part of this parallelepiped, and we actually build surface, this one, for this purpose. We will cut out some portion of it. First way to do it is when the surface is constructed, we use function cut with surface, and surface cut parameters, basically we need only to use this surface, press it here, and always pay attention to this gray arrow. It will show you everything that will be deleted, that will be cut out. If you want all this material on this side to will be cut out from the surface, you should leave it like this. But if you want to another one, just press it like this and everything will be cut here. For example, we want everything to be cut like this, and as you can see, this material is deleted. And what I do now, press left mouse button and I see all the available options here and I press hide. And now I have my parallelepiped just cut it with surface. It's a very common technique, it's used all the time, but before you master it, you will go through a valley of pain, if you wish to call it like this, because there are a lot of things that you should know about it. There are a lot of subtleties basically, okay? So let's do not make surface cut at the moment. Let's show you examples when this surface cut will not work, okay? So we have our surface here. Let's make it visible again. What can be potential problems? Usually potential problem is this way. Let's make it a surface that does not cut completely. For example, it cuts, but maybe like in this way. So it cuts our solid body, but not completely. Let's try to make a cut with surface in this case. Okay, again, we open surface cut. We can add here our surface that is cutting our solid body, and it will cut actually everything what's on your screen. Yeah, just add it here, and we want to cut all of this. We press arrow here, just try to apply it, and you see operation failed due to geometric condition. And the first common mistake here is that your surface does not intersect completely all your solid body. This part is not intersected, you can see here, and that's why it doesn't work. And it's very common thing, and you should spend a little bit of time before you understand how it works. Sometimes there is another sort of problem. Sometimes there is a problem with, for example, this sketch, because you built it in this way that maybe it's very narrow, and after that, once you made this extrude surface, you can make an extrusion in the way that it really completely intersects your solid body, but again you will not be able to cut your solid body with this kind of surface. Okay, you can check it like cut with surface, surface extrude, which we chose it. We want to delete this material here. Let's try to apply, and again failed due to geometric condition, because this surface does not completely intersect this solid body. And remember, this example is applicable for any kind of operations with surfaces. If you want this surface to be used for anything with conjunction with the solid body, if you make the surface like this, you are looking for trouble. You always need to make surface that completely intersect all your solid body. So you need your solid body to be completely intersected. So this sketch that is base of the surface should be like wider, okay? And the intersection should be complete. Only in this case it will work. Another one very convenient way to like cut your solid body, not only with cut with surface, but with the split tool. You can find split tool here among commons. Again, split tool, you can drag and drop it here, split, and here it's a little bit more sophisticated, because I mean cut with surface, it's like super simple. You open it, you add the surface, and you choose the arrow direction what you want to cut. And this one is a little bit better tool, because here you add your surface that you want to cut, and here you also add your bodies that you want to cut. Okay, I add this solid body, and now before applying this instrument, this tool, I need to like press cut bodies, and it will show me the bodies that are like appeared after this cut. And after that, what I can do, I can say consume cut bodies, and it will consume bodies that I will select now. For example, I can select this one and it will be consumed. It means that this one is selected here, this one is selected here. Consume cut bodies option is checked, and when I apply it, this one will be deleted. But once again, Now I used split tool to delete a portion of my solid body. But what you need to understand that if again I messed up with this surface, and if the surface does not completely intersect my solid body, in this case I will also have trouble for this one. And it doesn't matter for which for which purpose you use. You can use the surface as an intersection with the solid body to get a split line, to get a line that is just go along its solid body. And again, if it doesn't intersect solid body completely, you will have problems with this tool. Just remember this one good rule of thumb, rule of operating. Any surface should intersect completely solid body, and in this case you can use this cut options or anything like this. So let's move to our spiral. We want to build the surface. The best option is to build this surface that goes along this spiral, and I will cut everything to the one side of this surface. But another technique that is used to build a surface from the face is to offset the given face of a solid body on 0 distance. Once again, if you did modeling in Solidworks, you know what I'm talking about. If not, now this one, what I checked now, it is a face of a solid body. It is not a surface. In order it to become a surface, I need to do, let's make it here. Let's make it here. This one is just a face. There is no surface body except this one, okay? There is no surface bodies. I want to make the surface from this face. How to do it? I go to the surfaces, I go to offset surface, and I offset this face to 0 distance. Just 0 distance, nothing else. And what will happen when I press a check mark, there will be a surface, a new surface right on the top of this face. You can see it here. Here, when I press it, surface offset, and it's lightened here a little bit. So now I have this surface that is made from the face of this solid body, and it's very common thing, because now I can use this surface for different cuts. I can make it thicken. For example, this one I can thicken this surface. I can thicken it to any direction and so on. So basically, if you want to turn face into surface, it is very common technique in Solidworks. I use offset surface and I click on any face, for example on this one. Just I need to clear selections to avoid any mess. This one, and I offset it to 0 distance, and it will be, this tool even will turn into copy surface. While if the distance is not 0, for example if it's 9, you can see here it's offset surface, yeah, but if I press it 0, it will be like copy surface, and it is a very common technique. So what I will do in my example, I will do with DNA spiral the same thing. Just need to close this one. I will do the same thing. The only obstacle here, if I want to convert it to surface now, look what will happen. I assume that it will happen. I don't know yet. Let's make it with 0 distance. Okay, will it be a good surface or not? Because I think that these parts may give me some trouble here. Or not. Or maybe not. Let's make sure that this surface is not damaged by these things. What I need to do at first, let's delete it and let's make it a clear, smooth surface that completely follows the spiral. I don't want these bars to be in any connection with the surface that I get, because I want something clean. What I do now, I will hide all of them. Up to some time. Just press Shift. All of them I'm hiding. Okay, now I don't see them. And now I can convert this face into surface, because in this case everything will go smooth. Offset surface, 0 distance. Okay, it's good. Now it's this one, it's a separate surface. And now I make all of them again visible. And I will use this surface to cut this unnecessary material, and now we will obviously face some mistake here, but nevertheless let's try. Okay, I'm doing cut with surface cut parameters, this one. Okay, it looks like it's working. The only thing that I need to find, okay, there is this arrow, sometimes it's difficult to find it. I want to cut everything on the other side from this surface, on the other side of the surface. Let's try to apply it, and you can see operation failed due to geometric condition. Why did it happen? Because, as I told you, this surface that we built now, it does not completely intersect this bar. We want to cut, for example, we have this solid body, okay, and we want to cut this part from here, and this surface that goes on the spiral, it does not completely intersect it. We want complete intersection, okay, and that's why our operation is failed. But it was important, you know, for us to check it. Okay, once again, how can we solve it? We can extend this surface. I want to hide all of that. I want to hide all of that. That's why what you have like in real modeling, you should understand what issues do you have, and you should solve them just one by one. I want to hide it, and I make it extension. I want this one to extend. Okay, it's even better than I wanted. It's just face. It's extending here, but I want actually to extend the surface. Let's press here, surface offset. Surface offset. Okay, you just want me to click on something. Okay, will it work for me if I extend this one, surface offset? Yeah, it's already checked here. Yeah, it will work for us for sure, because once it's extended like this, in this case it will completely intersect all our bars. Let's leave it like this. Let's make our bars visible again. Let's make it visible, and as you can see now, it completely intersects all our solid bodies. We will do the same stuff, you know, for the other spiral, but let's finish the work for this one. Surface cut parameters, add surface. Okay, we need this arrow to be pointed outward because we want to cut everything outside. Okay, it works. It works perfectly, and as you can see, there is no redundant material here. It cut all the unnecessary elements here, all the unnecessary material. And what we do now, we used this surface, as I told you, as an auxiliary surface. We used it only to perform a cut. What we do now, we hide it. We hide it, and we are left with the spiral that we had. So the only thing, let's make it visible again. Okay, and as you can see, the half of our job is done. We just cut the material here, and now it looks smooth. Okay, it looks smooth because this surface has cut all the unnecessary material here, and it looks good. And here you can see it just, you know, by this view that it was cut, and it's like a difference from this. You can see there is a unnecessary material, but here you can't really see that much. You can see a little bit because of graphics, but generally it's just cut completely. And here you can see that it's still there. Just let's repeat the same for another spiral, and it's also a good training for us. Once again, we want to convert this face into surface. In order these parts, in order these parts not to be in our way, we will hide again all the bars. Press this one, press the last one, and make shift, and hide them from our view. And we want to convert this face to our surface. Let's check this face, and we make offset surface to the 0 distance. Now it's ready, and we use this surface for cut, but at first we need to extend it. Remember? Okay, remember, just a second. We have here a surface offset, or not? We have here a surface, and it should be extended. Okay, it should be extended. Now it's working for us. Extend, and there was like a distance for extension 2.6. We can make it just maybe 1. It will be enough. We can make it. Let's just, to make sure that we will make it maybe 2. You can choose a distance, and it's done. And again, now we bring up all of our bars here. We bring it up, make them visible, and now they are ready to be cut. All this material, you can see it's here, it's ready to be cut, because now this stripe it completely intersects all the solid bodies, so we will not have any problems. Cut with surface cut parameters here, surface offset, like here, surface extend. and we need to find this arrow. Where is it? Okay, it's here. Just press on it. We want to cut everything outward. Yeah, so let's do it. Everything is done. Perfect. And what we do here, surface, this surface that was auxiliary for us, we just hide it from our view. Okay, and surface cut, we just also hide it from our view. So just all of them now are visible, and this one I want surface offset also to hide. So just hide unnecessary parts. So I just want to, after the job is done, I want to get rid of all the surfaces that were made only to cut with them, and then, you know, I just don't want to see them. Do not delete them. Do not delete them, because you will have different problems in your feature manager tree. Because if you delete them, if they never existed, then you couldn't make a cut with them, and you will have a huge array of different errors. Once you use some surface for cut, do not delete it. Just make it invisible, and it will still in the manager tree, but it's not in your it's not in your screen. Just make it invisible. Do not delete it. It's very common mistake. So okay, now DNA is almost ready. We readjusted its height, we readjusted its width. I still see this helix, and I don't want to see it, and I want to make it hide. Oh, just a second. Why do I see it? Just a second. What is this one? Let's make it helix spiral. I clicked on it, and I want to make it invisible. Perfect. Once again, if there is some unnecessary sketch, if there is some unnecessary helix, just click on it. It will be reflected in your history manager tree, and you can get rid of it. Let's cut unnecessary parts on the top and on the bottom from this one. Let's bring some plane. Let's bring some plane like this one, and hold Control and drag it down like this. The distance is not crucial, but you can make it like 20, just in order the number to be right. 20, and I want to cut everything below this plane. How to do it? We will use split tool. As I told you, you can find it here. Split tool, and very simple. Trim tools, it's already this plane here, because it was pre-selected for us. If it's clear, you can just press on the plane. We will use it as a trim tool, and we want to cut some bodies, maybe selected bodies. We want to cut this, and we also want to cut this. And after we chose what we want to cut with it, we just press this button, and it will show us all the parts that appeared after this cutting. Okay, and we want some of them to be just completely deleted. What we do, we make sure that this check mark consume cut bodies is activated, and we say that we don't want this one, we don't want this one, and we don't want this one, and we apply this tool, and now it's good to go. Okay, as you can see, what's left here is a surface. We just forgot to get rid of one of the surfaces. We just make it hide. Okay, perfect. Now it's good to go. As you can see, now it's a planar face, because it was a cut with a plane, and everything will work perfect for us. Now we want to do the same here. So we started with this plane. It's top plane. Again, take it, press Ctrl and drag it up with Ctrl. Okay, here you also can rotate mouse wheel. When you do so, you also can rotate mouse wheel. Just do not press Ctrl. Again, just you hold Ctrl all the time. Once it's free, just make one normal distance here, maybe 114 or 115, something, without too much of decimals. Okay, here, and again we use split. We use split to cut everything here. This plane is pre-selected. You can again add it here by yourself. Selected bodies, we just need to cut two of these cut bodies. Okay, we just do not want this and this. Make sure that consume cut bodies is activated. Okay, perfect. And again, we have planar surfaces here, and it's like a good taste when you finished with your design. Just, you don't need these planes anymore. Just hide this one and hide this one. So basically, this is it. Our DNA spiral is ready, and we will do just some minor adjustments to it, some simple adjustment to make it look a little bit better. I noticed that these circles, they do not enhance our design. It would be much better if these circles were not visible here, like edges. We just need to thicken this spiral here. So let's do it again. Let's do again what we did before. So we have this surface cut, like here. We just take them away. We take this spiral, we press this face, we turn this face into surfaces, offset surface with 0 distance, okay, and now we make it thicken, and we make thicken this surface. Now it's thickened inside, but I want it to be thickened outside, just to a very small distance, maybe 0.1, just it will be enough to thicken and to hide all this circles behind it, okay, and it says merge result, so it means that it will be merged with the other spiral. So this new material will be added to the existing spiral. Okay, so it works for us. Now it's thickening, okay, and let's make this all of them visible again, and let's see how it will look now. And as you can see, where we thickened, we do not see anymore these circles, and it definitely look much better for us, okay? It definitely look much better. Let's do the same thing here, okay? We want to select clearly this face. Again, we just press one, press all of them, just hide, just one, the last one, the first one with shift, don't forget to hold it, okay? This one, and again, we turn this face into surface. And how we do it? Surfaces and offset surface with 0 distance. Okay, now there is a surface exactly that repeats this face, and again we make thicken a very small distance, and in order to see the preview we can press this. It's not very visible because it's very small. Let's make it maybe 2, maybe then it will be visible. Oh, we need to check this one. Okay, now we forgot to put surface here. Just do not forget to press surface that you need to thicken. There are several options. It's thickening from the middle, it's inside, it's outside. We need to do it outside, but to a very small distance, okay, like this. Okay, it's done. And again, merge result, meaning that this thickening new material will be added to the existing spiral. Okay, it's good. Now it's thinking a little bit. Everything will be done in a matter of seconds. Okay, and now make everything that was hidden again visible. Okay, now it's ready. And of course, this one is much better. It looks much better, it feels much better. That it looks like a normal design already, and it really resembles DNA, okay? So this is it. So let's now we should add some appearances to this one, and after that there will be just simple modeling to make it look a little bit better. So appearances, let's start from this one. We will make this spiral, and we will choose now it's here. We will choose now its material here, and appearances. We make appearance to this solid body, and I want it to be made of glass. I want everything to be made of glass. Let's make it here, clear glass. Does it work for us or not? So I think that it will work if we make clear glass for everything. And I want to press Ctrl and click on this one, so it will be also made of clear glass. And I can also press Ctrl and click on this one, so there will be the same material everywhere. Or I can may open the folder here with this tree. You can press C button if you don't see it, and you can see everything that is selected here. It's already highlighted. Press Ctrl and press here. You can press here. You can select it them whether on the main screen or here. With Ctrl you can click on all of them, and now press the check mark, and now everything is made of clear glass. The only thing that we don't have now, we still don't have any colors, and we are good to go with this one. For example, let's start with this outer face. Let's left click on it. You will see this rectangle face, and let's add, for example, orange. Orange, not a very dark orange, maybe like a lighter one, like a light orange. Okay. So it's here, and in order for me to save time, I can decide right away which other faces I want to make orange, and I already see it. I want to make this orange. Internal face of this spiral will be black, and for the other spiral it will be opposite. The outer face will be black, and this one with the hold control will be also orange. Okay, and with these bars I want one half of them orange and the other half of them black. So I want this half, for example, orange. Doesn't matter. Press Control, this, and click on all the halves on all the faces that you want to make orange. Just do not forget that you can zoom out and zoom in by dragging, by rotating the central mouse wheel. Yeah, just this one, and this one. Okay, looks correct, like it was, the same bar that was rotating, and here it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's start with the black one. So we want to be the other one. We want to be black. Which one? Okay, it seems like this one. I want to be black. Like this, not a dark black, but this kind of black. Okay, I could not close it. Just open it once again. And once the black color is selected, I make this one with Control. Once again, if we don't like the colors, we can adjust them on the way. It's not a problem. We just make a preliminary choice, and after that we can go on. Okay, here. Okay, just do not forget to hold Control when you are clicking. Now it's done, and we can see that basic colors are present, and I'm pretty okay with black color, but I'm not okay with orange color, because it looks on the glass, it doesn't look very good. So what we'll do now, that we will press here appearances, face, and we will try another types of orange. This, maybe this. Okay, what we're gonna do now, that we can change now the material. What I want to do now. Maybe on the glass it doesn't look good. Press the first. Let's select all of our bodies. Just take it away. All of our solid bodies. This one, press Shift, press the last one, and again press here, body. And I want to change the material of all the solid body. Let's make it made of maybe metal. We will not touch faces because we have already adjusted some colors to our faces. Let's check different types of steel for our, and we will see how it changes our appearance. Maybe polished steel will be fine for us. Polished steel. Okay, so I think it looks a little bit better, but I still don't like this orange color. So we will choose it together with you. But I think that we can make finish bronze, chrome. Just a second, we will see how it goes. Let's make it chromium plate. Okay, like this. And it looks a little bit better. The only thing, I want this orange color to be different. I want it to be like a little bit brighter. So yeah, that's what I want. And it was impossible to achieve on glass. Okay, once it's chosen, I need to do the same for the color chosen. And again, I hold Control and I click here everywhere. I click here. Do not forget, if you see some parts like this, just also click here, so there will be no faces that do not have any color. Just, it's very simple. You do not need to do like much of the work. Just rotate around the model, hold your medium mouse button, and just click on the faces that you want to cover with some you want to paint with some color. Just here. So once I chose the color for some face, I can put the same color to all the other faces. Just when this opened on the left side, this column, I just hold Control and I click on all the other faces that I want to adopt the same color. With this one, it's not visible for us. As you see, it's not really visible from the distance, so it's not a problem for us if they do not have a specific color. Let's make this one, okay, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. We are almost finished. Okay, rotating around spiral. So I think we are good. Let's just finish with this one. Oh, not with this one, because this one has a black color. Okay, we're finished with orange. And I think that our spiral is done. We have only some minor adjustments, because it cannot just hang in the air. We should make something that actually holds it, okay? And let's do it. It's very simple to do, because as you remember, we cut the upper part with the plane, and it is actually a planar face, and that's why we can go to features, reference geometry, plane, and we can build a plane just by clicking by its face. And there will be a plane. The distance we will make 0 centimeters. We want it to coincide with this face. Let's drag it a little bit, and we will make now some holders for this spiral. Press the space bar. We are here, and again we will draw some sketch here. And we start, of course, from the circle. And circle of radius, as you guessed, 12, because it was the common dimension for us. Just press the right mouse button, drag upward, so mouse gestures, just try to use it as you can. Just a second. Okay, the diameter we want it to be 24 because the radius is 12. Okay, and we make it a little bit extrusion of this one. Extrusion, it will be a holder of our spiral. Let's make a very small extrusion, maybe just 2 centimeters, just not much, 2 centimeters. And it's very interesting here. We add here some material, okay? It will be some material here. And it's very important for us to keep tracking of what we want here. If we want it to be a separate solid body, or we want it to be a part of the existing solid bodies. And here is the option merge result. If this check mark by default is available, it means that new material will be added to, for example, this solid body of this spiral to the previous solid bodies. But if you want to keep it as a separate solid body for different purposes, just take this check mark away. Okay, now it is a separate solid body. And as for any solid body, you can, for example, click on it, yeah, and you will see that in the solid bodies folder it's available. It's a separate solid body, and you can check, you can take any appearance for this one. We will do it later. Let's hide this plane, and we can make a sketch here again. And what we do here, we will draw a smaller circle. Okay, we'll draw a smaller circle. The radius here was 12. Okay, let's make the circle 3 times smaller. Okay, let's press escape from this circle drawing tool. Okay, now we take mouse gestures, right click, drag upward. Okay, and once it's chosen, once again, drag upward, we press here, and we make this radius 4, 3 times smaller than 12. This diameter is 4. Not actually, if it's a work for radius, it should be for just 24 diameter, 12 radius, and it's 4 diameter, 2 radius. No, I need this diameter to be actually 8 if I want the radius to be 4. Now it works out. Okay, and here I want to add this sort of structure that will look like, you will see it, it may look like a mushroom, or I don't know. For example, I want to shift this plane a little bit up, so I exit this sketch. I want to pre-select this planar face and build a plane that coincide with this face. So I just make 0 distance here. Okay, plane is here, and I want to press Ctrl and drag this plane up. I could do it just from the very beginning. I could immediately do it without, well, just I made additional step. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter. You just hide this one, and on this plane that is on the distance 10 from here, I start another circle. Just press space button and start another circle. like this one, and this circle I wanted to make 2 times bigger than this one, 2 times bigger than the radius of 12. So what I do now is, just a second, the radius should be 24, okay? The radius should be 24. Radius I can control here on the left column, okay? 24, okay, it's done. And now I will create loft between this circle, big circle, and a small circle, and it will be a little bit unusual loft. I will show you why, but before we can do any loft, we need to go away from this sketch. We go to features, okay, lofted boss base, and to this table, when it's active, we press this circle and we press this circle. And you can see the loft is created. And when we press one time and when we press second time, it defines the position of this thing. It's called connector, okay? We pressed the first time here and the second time here. And it's very important where we press, because it defines the position of our connectors and it defines the form of our loft. And I want this connector to be moved. I want this point to be moved a little bit here, so you can see what we have with the shape of our loft. So I want this point to be not here, but to be on the almost opposite side of this one. And as you can see, I just accidentally selected what I don't need to select. Okay, so it's here, and I think it's pretty good for us. It's pretty right form. That's what we wanted here. And again, I built this loft as a like separate material here, and what I need to check that here that it is like a separate material, separate solid body. And again, merge result. You can see here, if this check mark is activated, then this material will be automatically added to this solid body, okay, to this solid body. But I want it to be a separate solid body, merge result, I take it away, now it's fine. Now it's a separate solid body, this loft. When I press on it, you can see it's in the folder of solid bodies, and here it's also a solid body. And what I need to do now, that I want to reflect all of this, both of these solid bodies, to the other side of this spiral. Now it's very easy to do, but the only thing that at first we need to build the plane that is right in the middle of this spiral. It's again very simple to do. Remember that this face is planar. We got it by cutting this face with a plane. Let's make reference geometry plane. Let's click on this planar face and let's make the distance 0. Okay, so one plane is ready, and we have one plane and we have this plane. And in reference geometry, if you want to build plane, for example, this plane is already pre-selected, plane 6. Let's just clear it just for clarity. We check this plane as a first reference, the other plane we built as a second reference, and automatically when you choose one plane and another plane, it will be the plane from the reference geometry will be exactly between them. So that's what we wanted to have. We wanted to build a plane in the middle of our spiral, and we made this plane, added them as references to the reference geometry in order to get this plane right in the middle, right between them. Okay, that is the plane for our mirroring, to mirror these solid bodies. Okay, this one we want to hide, and we activate mirror face plane, of course, this one, and bodies to mirror this and this. They are mirrored here, and okay, it's done. So let's quickly add some appearances to them. So for example, this, just a second, press spacebar, come here, and let's, with this one, boss extrude, we need to add here some material. For example, we can take here, and we can take copy appearance, and we can, if the appearance is copied, we can come here to this boss extrude base, and we can make paste appearance. And as you can see, everything is pasted. So this one will be orange, but this one I want to be black. Let's just also this one make orange. So it's here, mirror, paste appearance, orange appearance. Now we take the appearance from the black color and we take copy appearance, and this one we make paste appearance, we make it black, and this one again we find it here, loft paste appearance, it's also black. Now it has all the needed colors for us. It has like a holder here. Let's hide this plane, just a second. Let's hide this plane. I already saw it here. Okay, we're hiding it. So we make sure that nothing else is in our view, what we don't need. Okay, and now we will make some kind of, shell that is made of glass. And now it's very simple to do. So let's create loft that connects this edge and this edge. Okay, what will happen but it will be a surface loft. Lofted surface, these profiles, the first profile will be this circle and the other profile will be this circle. And as you can see, we already have some kind of surface here. There is also a connector. Yeah, let's make it just straight. But here we don't play with connector. What we want to do here, we want start and constraints, and this profile we added first, so it will be our start constraint, and this profile we added last, the second one, it will be our end constraint. So what I want to here to have is maybe tangency to face. And if you can see, you can see what's happening in tangency to face, it already looks like something that is made of glass and something that is like pretty stable. And just a second, you can also add here some numbers. You can make it 1.1, 1.6 just, and the form will be changing. So let's just be humble with our shape and let's keep it in 1. So, and now what we did, when we press the check mark, you can see that it hide the spiral from us because we made a surface. It's in surface bodies. Okay, it's here, it's surface loft. And what we want to do it now, we want to thicken it. We want to make it like a solid body, and we want to make it appearance of glass. You can already actually place an appearance of glass here, for example, in order it to be transparent. Just a second. Appearances, body, and we can make it appearance of glass. Just a second. Okay, and as you can see, it's already transparent, but once it's surface, it's infinitely thin. It's not good to leave it like this. We want to thicken it a little bit. Once we thickened it, it will be done. So from the middle, one option, for inside and outside. Just make sure that's outside. I don't see any thickening with this small number. Let's make it 1. So okay, it's definitely outward. So I want it to be really thin. I want it to be maybe 0.2 like this, and we apply it. And as you can see, we made a small mistake here. Now it's thinking. We didn't take away the checkmark merge result, and that's why it has a problem with merging this thickened surface with other existing, but we definitely don't need it. We want to keep it as a separate solid body. Just merge result, take it away, and now there will not be any problems. And as you can see, we have a completely new solid body here, and the appearance that was on the surface body, now it's completely gone. So it's not here. We need to add it again because we have a new solid body, completely new. Okay, body, and we already decided that we like this type of glass here. Perfect. Maybe something a little bit brighter, like this. Just a second. I will do it again. Appearances, body, and we make some experiments with glass. Maybe some textured, something that is more transparent. That's what I want. Something that is more transparent. Okay, this one looked pretty good. Maybe we don't need anything else. Should we add maybe some color to this glass? Let's try. Maybe to make it a little bit orange, or to make it a little bit blue. So it's up to you. We can make it a little bit blue, because the blue and orange color, they are kind of, they are in a good harmony. It's this combination is called like tint orange or tilt orange, or I just don't remember. They are in a good harmony, so we make it slightly blue, okay? And we will also make this face slightly blue, like this one, like this. It doesn't look like a slightly blue. What's the issue? Because it's another material. Oh no, that's because I accidentally picked another color. Okay, and the only thing that here you can see that everything is pretty much fine, except that it was a metal here, as you remember, and there is a glass here. There is a metal and a glass, and it's kind of, you know, gap between them. Let's finally make a loft that connects these elements. That there is a very thin gap, but we can feel it anyway. So we go to features, we go to lofted boss base, and we add this edge. This edge is completely round, you know, it's a big one, and we add this edge here. And as you can see, the loft is created from them. And again, let's keep it as a separate body, so a separate solid body, like merge result. And merge result we check out, so it's completely new part, completely new solid body. Okay, we apply it. Now it's done. Now it's done. Why did it affect everything? Oh, because I made merge edges. Just a second again. Just a second. Merge tangent faces. We definitely don't need it. Show preview. We need it. Okay, let's try again. Just a second. Just a second. I just don't want it to be, I just wanted to disrupt the previous design. I want it to be completely separate. I want it to be a completely separate body and not to disrupt my previous design. Let's make it like this. Okay, now it worked. Perfect. So we can add some material to this one, but as you can see, everything is pretty much ready. We have a DNA structure, DNA like a human DNA. It's made of metal. It has some appearances applied to them. I chose black and orange because they're in a good harmony. And we also added a little bit blue color because blue and orange, they also in a good harmony. So it's like pretty normal design. So I hope you found this lesson useful. And wish you a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.